Okay, this is going to be a best of 5 parting versus Theory now. Yeah, we're starting on Broken Crown Hinterlands. We have Parting as Celestials in bottom left, and Theory in the top right as Infernals. You guys may have seen before, that's the new unit, the Hexen. They did some changes to Infernals. Imps now have a ranged attack. I think that was a good idea. They were so easy to harass before, compared to like Bob's, for instance. And the Hexen is actually the way now that you do infest stuff, basically. So yeah, I think some good ideas coming up. Now, Parting just immediately comes down and goes ahead and expands with that Morph Core. And just a little bit of clearing going on. And what you saw right there, that was the ability. The ability it starts out with for Infest. And there's some other ones that you get later on as you do upgrades and stuff. Anyways, definitely, they're making a lot of good changes, I think. I think the way Gaunts were being used was like really bad for the game. So I really like them adding in like a specialty unit that could actually be, for instance, focus fired down in a battle. Really good idea, I think. Anyways, just to mention, for those of you who don't know, Theory is one of the very strongest Stormgate players. He's a really excellent Infernals player. I've gotten to cast quite a few games of his so far. Yeah, he actually lost kind of early in the EGC Open Cup, but yeah, is just very, very strong player and has put out really good games against all the top guys. So hopefully here you can actually fight against Parting. You can see the Morph Core micro from Parting. He's microing that fucking dumb unit that's gonna go become a base. It's so silly. Anyways, the Bastion is out, so yeah, he's gonna start clearing some of this stuff. And the meat farm was made there. Of course, he was gonna kill the Imp anyways, so I understand why you would make that. Because if you're gonna lose it, it's like, well, I guess you could make a meat farm and keep him busy for a little bit. Yeah, he's just going to come up with some themes and start harassing this a little bit. And that you see right there, that's the ability. These don't normally shoot like that. That's that ability. What was that called again? Sovereign's Watch. Sovereign's Watch. I have some of these ability names written down on my computer to try to remember them. I'm trying to be good about knowing ability names. Okay, well... yeah. Now, this is kind of interesting, right? He's going to go ahead and make a power bank, and that's going to refill the energy on this Argent. That's going to be one of the more impactful things that are going on. Don't forget that the energy banks do refill mana, right? So that's like basically going to keep the attacks at 20 damage instead of 10. So anyways, yeah, the Arc ship going to fly away now that it's done its job in this area for a bit. I like that. I feel like there's going to be so many optimizations with that. And yeah, the Argents are going to be able to take this down. Some good micro there. And yeah, Parting already with like 3 bases going. And again, you're not going to be gaining quite the income from some other places with no prisms on there. Going towards the center now. Going to go ahead, throw down a power bank for that more energy. That's the funny thing, right? The power banks don't attack. Well, I mean, you can give them that ability, Sovereign's Watch, to make them attack. Ooh, nice micro there from Parting. And in fact, you can see the Argents actually can even kite Brutes a bit. Dude, Brutes are actually one of the worst units in the whole world. They're so bad. All they are, they just sit there and take damage until it's time to become a fiend. But anyways, what I wanted to mention is this type of push, even though those buildings, even if you don't use Sovereign's Watch at all, just the fact that they're refilling the energy on the Argents to allow them to deal twice as much damage, it's like really good. It seems really reasonable. Now, that was a good move put down immediately by Theory to cancel out some of those towers. But more are going down. He has a lot of Argents in here. He's going to keep them pretty high on those energies so that they can have that additional damage. Good wall by Theory. And in fact, he does put down some Shroud Stones. Looks like Parting wants to attack into some of these Shroud Stones. The one thing about Shroud Stones is there's no way to repair them. So, like, when they're taking damage like that, it's just like, yeah, if they have the damage, it's going to die. You can't make yourself live through it. So some Fiends coming over, trying to help out. A bunch of Shroud Stones going down there for Theory. A meat farm up there as well. That's kind of interesting. Maybe to aggro hits or something. I'm not sure. Some Gaunts down here trying to put a little bit of damage on as well. And you can see, man. Okay, he actually utilizes the instant Shroud Stone, so not a bad idea. Those ones shoot very fast. Doing a good job. Yeah, he's pushing it back pretty reasonably. Takes out some of those link nodes as well. Some more brutes coming out from that right side. Hey, it seems like Theory actually might be able to push this all back all the way. Only 4 Argents now. More are coming up, but really just down to 4. With the amount of damage he has out here, the Shroud Stone doing an absolutely great job as well. Brutes just being hilariously killed off. Lagon's trying to add some damage on there. Doesn't feel like they're being that useful. So it looks like Parting is like expanding right in his opponent's face at this point. His heavy Argent play is doing a great job. Looks like he's going to be able to take down this tower. Try and take down that Gaunt as well. And yeah, he's going to be able to pop both of them, not losing any of his Argents. Lot more Shroud Stones on the way. Man, I tell you what, this reminds me of the first game we saw with Parting against Albino, where it was just like this never-ending pressure. The Argents going forward, towers being made. And it doesn't feel like the static D does that much to stop this, because you just kind of run the Argents back, refill their power, and they come up and they deal such good burst, right? I feel like you need to get some splash damage against this stuff. Like, maybe some Hellborns, honestly. I know I'm a bit of a sucker for Hellborns, but, like, that's what it feels like we need to see here. Like, the consistent damage from the back row would be very helpful here. You can see those Kree actually doing a great job staying on top of the Gaunts as they're about to die. Dude, a lot of damage to that Arc Ship. That Arc Ship took a lot of damage there. Hey, maybe he can actually tech up a little bit, get some Shadow Flyers, and take down the Arc Ship. That would be sick. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, killing Fellhog's not going to be all that useful right now. Theory taking another base. So Theory's actually going up to 4 bases himself. How many are Parting on? Parting's actually just on 4 bases right now as well, I believe. So it seems like he's actually doing a pretty good job keeping up with Parting in that regard. Now, that being said, you know, these Kree come over here, and unfortunately, I think he's going to be able to force cancels on all of these towers. Shroudstone's going to have a hard time coming up. Some Gaunts come over, and he does start miking them. Oh, okay, that's enough Gaunts. He should be able to push that back. Yeah, the Kree trying to take that shrine down there. Dude, look at the damage output of the Argents as long as you keep their energy high. Seriously. Just build your base forward. Parting being an absolute killer with those. Taking on the meat farms now as well. The static D just not doing it right now for Theory. Theory way, 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 way down in supply. These Kree still trying to get some damage done in here. But I think Theory's going to be fine now. Ah, some Flame On for those Imps. Parting's splitting up a little bit. He knows all about Flame On. He utilizes those a lot in his EGC victory. Definitely, Theory has done a lot of damage to these. Gotten him a lot lower now. The Kree's still trying to get in on the other side. Dude, Parting is so in your face here. Yeah, just kind of macroing out of those bastions. Don't forget, you know, you have that. You can make the prime bastion to get everything in on. Ooh, Weaver being added in. Okay. Weaver is definitely a very interesting unit. I don't feel like I've seen it used in any ways that I felt have been really fantastic, but we'll see. Maybe yanking the Argents into your towers would be really, really good. That type of play. Yeah, I could see that being nice. A couple Flame on Imps coming down. Okay, okay. Well, that was a good split from Parting. Doesn't lose that much. But good ideas from Theory, I think. Yeah, again, over here, trying to actually take out some of these Spark nodes. The Link nodes just... Oh, dude, his Weaver's taking damage so quickly here. Oh, it can't even reach those other ones. It has to back up. Oof. Oof. Yeah, he's teching up just fully, completely right now. Has that forward haven, so we should be seeing some spellcasters, maybe cabals, maybe animancers. Not sure exactly what he wants to do there. I feel like he's going to go for animancer. It seems more straightforward than the cabal would be here. Okay, a lot of damage actually being dealt. And, uh-oh. Not looking very good for Theory right now. The Shroud Stone's not doing quite enough. And look at this. Flame on Imps. Banelings versus Banelings. Let's go. The Hexen coming down and trying to help out a little bit. He's been a little bit MIA for a bit here. Dude, that doesn't seem like a... Okay, I like it. Bring it home. Magmadon's being added in here. More Flame on Imps. It seems like a losing battle for Theory. You know, this Therium, he's not being able to continually mine. Parting is non-stop poking in there. Doesn't feel like he's been able to build a strong enough army to really make a big difference. His Animus might be quite high, so maybe there's some way he can get to something else. Like, I don't know, maybe the Frost Dragon or something. We'll see. Oh, no, actually, I guess he has been utilizing that pretty heavily. I think that's what that number is at the bottom there. So, yeah, it doesn't have too much. Parting right now, twice the supply. Scanners starting to come out. Looks like this is one of Parting's finishing moves, is to put scanners all around the map to see any movement coming out of his opponent's base. A lot of Kree over on the side. Yeah, Animancer's joining in now. Yeah, trying to suck some of that health out. All right, throws down the forward Shroud Stone there. Force him to back up a bit. Ooh, the harpoon from the Weaver. Very nice. That I could love. I would love to see more of that. I love the idea if you have this many Shroud Stones on just harpooning things in. Okay, some Venom Traps going down. That's a Hexen ability, by the way. Venom Trap. It does like 50 damage and infest stuff that walks on it. And they're stealth to his opponents. So those are like just... Yeah. Almost like a Baneling Landmine or something that infests. Something like that, right? Huge amount of Kree on the side. I think he's building up these Kree. He's going to, like, draw the army over here and then attack with the Kree over towards that, like, fourth base. See, okay, his range units all here. The Kree all, oh, look at that. Pulls up an Argent. Okay. I do love this Weaver usage. I really like this idea when you're playing on the defense. Really like it a lot. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage output. Holy crap. Good healing. Another yoink in. Man, the Weavers having a hard time. Walking up and down cliffs as if they were Colossus. Getting stuck down there a little bit. All right, nice AoE infest there. Pushing that Weaver back a bit. Pops it back up. Dude, he just can't keep his towers together. That is a funny thing. Like, I played a very Shroudstone heavy style when I was playing Infernals. Like, I really tried to make like a more turtley style work. And it just feels like the Shroudstones are not the same level as, like, for instance, Vanguard towers. They're cheap, you know, it's easy to make them, and like you don't have to think about them once they're up, but they don't seem to be that strong. When armies get big, they just kind of get deleted. All right, he's made a way out through the trees, a ton of brutes. So that's the reason he has this many brutes is just because, you know, you get so much Luminite and that's all they cost. So he just sends the brutes over. And I mean, that's a lot of link nodes. He's going to make a lot of static D in there, and up come the Kree. Oh my god, he's going to turn them mostly into Fiends here. But the Fiend's getting wrecked as well. Parting's army just looks way, way too big. All right. He does have a few Hellborn in here. And I like he saws a few Weavers. Oh, God. But if you're doing a yoink and immediately your Weaver, I think it's called Lash in this game, and immediately your Weaver gets picked off. Like, it's just such a high tier unit. You can't be having that happen. You really have to have a setup better than that. I think Theory's just been on the back foot this whole time. And now some Sabers coming up for that long range siege. Parting's army at 300 of 300 supply. Theory here at 128. He's got a good defensive setup overall. He does have some Hellborns here in the back. Yeah, picks off that Animancer, the Hexen just dancing in its face. Okay. Not a whole lot left. Like he's been stuck here the whole time. Parting just has so much production now as well. Dude, look at the amount of Animancers he has in here. My God.
Profane donated $3.
Oh, wait. I'll play that afterwards. Sorry, I thought I had that pause. But yeah, this is going to be the killing blow. I don't think there's anything left here for Theory. Oh my God. Look at the power of the Animancer there, man. It's like killer Psystorms almost. Absolutely insane. Animancer casts Leech Seed. And yeah, Theory's just going to have to GG. Absolutely nothing left. Yeah, splitting a few brutes. That's not going to do anything for you, unfortunately. There's the Hellborn. I think Hellborn are actually like going to be one of the keys to this race. I don't know. I don't actually like their current design. I think they take too long to wind up and shoot. And look at the reset when you have to pull them back. Oh, he finally got the dragon as well. Frostworm or whatever it's called. But yeah, the Hellborn are just way too late here. I feel like if those had come out earlier, he would have been able to really push back. You know, that many offensive buildings in there. Hellborn just feel like they're a great choice. GG, well played from Theory. And we go on to game number 2. Lost Hope going to be our map. What in the world? Is there a million Therium in the middle of the map? I haven't seen this one yet. So we have Parting playing Celestials in the bottom left. And then now in the top left, we have Theory. And he's on Infernals. Now, this looks to me, guys, like it's a 4-player map. And that makes me really happy to see. I actually think that it's a big mistake to make only 2-player maps in RTS games. I've talked about this a little bit, but I actually think that a certain level of volatility and having different types of games on the same map based on spawning positions is very, very, very important for RTS. I think that's something that has unfortunately been taken away from the most of StarCraft 2. So yeah, really glad to see that here in Stormgate, because I do think that that's something that should be the way it is. All right, so the Hexen just kind of clearing a little bit, getting a few fiends in there. Nice usage. Barding, we'll see how many bases he goes for right away here. Does he have 2 bases already? I think he might. All right, so, well, just a little bit of creeping going on right now. Got to make sure you're not losing that Hex in this, really. Oof. Very good micro. Gives him that additional fiend to be able to finish this off. Perfectly creeped. Damn, he really knows that position. All right, so Bastion coming up. So he gets that expansion up. It's kind of a funny thing, because you don't have workers early on as Celestials, your opponent can't really rush you, right? What are they going to do? Like hit on a building while you're getting ready to make units? It doesn't seem so. So Arc Ship going elsewhere, just kind of getting these things set up. You might look at this and be like, well, it just waited there for a bit. Why is that? You know, it gives a range of power to build within. You do need to build things within the ranges of power, right? So different things give those ranges that allow that. And the Arc Ship is one of those. You know, the Fabricator, which is for the gas, the Collection Array, Power Banks, obviously, and the Link Node like makes it a lot bigger as well. So it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain the Link Node. The Link Node is actually, you know what it is? The Link Node's a creep colony. There you go. That's what it is. The Link Node is a creep colony. It expands the creep like crazy with the power, and then it turns into either an anti-air structure or an anti-ground structure. Bam. It's a creep colony. All right, Link Node. We figured you out. Thank you. All right. So it looks like he is building some additional buildings. I like this idea of putting something on low ground because, you know, you can set like a prime bastion, have all your bastions warp all their units to that forward one. So if you're doing something like you have an expansion on one side and then you pop your power down and put your bastion on the other side and have everything come out on that side, you know, that could be highly, highly annoying. So I really like that idea. Yeah, quite a few gaunts in here. And you can see he does have that bastion set up as a prime bastion here. So he's going to be getting all of these Argents in over here. He's taking this Vision Tower. There is already a Shroud Stone and more Shroud Stones on the way. So, like, Theory's pretty aware of what's going on, but you can see that the Shroud Stones are having a little bit of a hard time holding on against this. Now, he comes in with his whole army at once, so this is a really important moment. Theory needs to be able to break this a bit. I think he needs to make sure that, like, he does not end up losing mining just behind here, right? If he loses that Luminite mine, that's terrible. That's like, that's where you just know Parting's going to crush. Dude, look how fast those prisms can get. It's so funny. Oh, my God. All right, so the Argents are actually just doing such good work here. right, goes ahead, lands, wants that attack coming out of here, and in fact powers it up as well. Now this powered up attack, the Sovereign's Watch or whatever it's called, does not attack buildings, by the way, just to make that clear once again. Really, really important thing to mention, right? So it's not exactly like the old Pylon Overcharge. Similar type of idea, but I think it's really smart to make it so it does not hit buildings. So your opponent's static D way overdoes that type of static D. Yeah, the Argents, the amount of damage they're putting out when those Gaunts run up, for instance, really scary. And just keeping this many power banks nearby, just keep refilling them, keep moving them forward to be able to deal their damage. These Gaunts going super fast across the map. I don't know what they're going to find, though. It's like, are you just going to go attack some buildings? Does he have the energy to make this shoot at you? I guess not. Of course, you know, you could make that like the prime mainframe and then warp stuff in there. But it's not an instant warp, right? Like, you got to make it normally. It's not like Infernals or Protoss in StarCraft 2. So the Argent's going to be able to chase these away, but the Gaunts showing their massive speed, able to get out of there nicely. Okay, it's just running around. I love the fast Gaunts. It's awesome. Theory is kind of contained a little bit in that top left. A little bit annoying. All right, he's coming out with the mass Gaunts. Looking for something to do. I kind of like this map. I'm kind of digging it. Gives me like some Age of Empires vibes. That skull, by the way, that you see, that is an ability that comes out of the Hexen, and that's how you put Infest down early game. To be able to make fiends out of things that you kill. All right, so Guardian Nexus going up, more power banks. Parting just really continuing his building production. I like how he just macros out buildings. It's more about the buildings than anything else. Feels like some of these like shield battery-esque pushes. A lot of Kree being mixed in now with these Argents. Again, that speed camp over here. Speed camp has been one thing that really needs a buff. Looks like he might actually burrow a hole out into there. No? Okay, never mind. Looks like setting up some defense. Perhaps. Meat farm, Shroudstone. Yeah. Mass meat farms and Shroudstones over here, so he's just making that a very difficult to attack location. Meat farms do a good job of slowing stuff still. It feels like the Fel Hogs aren't as good as they once were, but still pretty decent. Damn. What a killer. I wonder if there's going to be, like, trolling with mass Morph Core when you're way ahead. Kill someone with just Morph Cores. Just flying over their base. That would be so embarrassing. My God. That's some snow-level trolling. All right. So he did dig through the trees a little bit here, but as he starts to go up with those Argents, he realizes that is not an area that you want to engage in. A couple Flame on Imps come out. Oh, not a bad idea. I like it. Kills off 2 Argent almost immediately. And yeah, this is actually an okay area here for Theory, I think. Whew. It's got quite a few Gaunts in there now. Dude, seriously, the Kree becoming invincible and getting 3 attacks and a Baneling hit is insane. It's so crazy. Now, he is finally clearing this army. So, Theory has actually done quite a good job with clearing the army, but look at the differential in supply. 130 against 65 even after that. Even after he clears that entire army, Parting's just like, hey, here's some more Roly Boys. By the way, these Roly Boys remind me of a Transformers movie. Which one was it? You guys know what I mean? The rollout ability on the Kree. There was absolutely in one of those terrible Transformers movies, there were bots that did that. Oh yeah, I guess there was some stuff like that in Star Wars too. The whole idea of a robot just like rolling in a like a tire-like thing is kind of cool. I like the look of them. If this was the real Protoss race, though, they would be squares trying to do that. Because they would be too stupid to know that a round shape will go faster. So, Celestial's definitely a race of their own. All right, Kree coming down here, finding kind of a hidden base in that bottom right. Yeah, he's going to be able to take that out super, super, super fast. It feels like right now Parting is just cleaning up. Right? Like, Theory actually has some reasonable supply. You know? Like, he snuck that base. Okay, that got killed off. But at this point, he's actually... Oh, nice, nice. He has Hellborns now. All right, Hellborn gone. I'm interested to see how this does. He needs his Hellborns actually attacking, though. You can't just, like, go forward with the Gaunts. Look at this. The Hellborns are, like, not in a great spot. Oh, my God. The Animancers are... Dude! Oh! Oh, Psystorm's weak compared to that. Oh, my God. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So, for those of you who don't know what just happened there, Animancer has something called Animus Redistribution. So, it drains 30 health and 30 energy per second. Over 10 seconds. It's... Yeah, but that might have been Dark Prophecy. I think that was actually Dark Prophecy. Because she has two spells. One that drains from a single unit, and then one AoE spell that does 2 ticks, 2 ticks of 20 damage, and then 6 ticks of 40 damage. So that's what that one was. I'm like 99% sure that was Dark Prophecy, the one that we just saw there. We saw in the previous game, we were seeing the Animus Redistribution, which also heals your stuff. That's better for like a higher health unit that you target, right? Because that targets one, and this is more of an AoE. But that was absurd. That was insane how strong that was. But the Animancer does have to channel there. All right, Parting absolutely owning this map. All right, we have the double Harbinger coming out. Or Harbinger. Harbinger. Harbinger? I think it's Harbinger. Harbinger? I don't know. Dude. Yeah, that's definitely Dark Prophecy. Oh, cool. Okay, we have some scythes out here now as well. Scythes could actually be really good against those Harbingers. Okay, so this is not a very scary army he brought. But it does okay. Look at that. He just lifts it off. Bringing back some Kree. He's like, no, it's fine. I'm just going to expand again. It's okay. Wow. Just some dominating play here from Parting. And out come the Scythes. Let's see the Scythes get up close for that extra damage. Scythes, very interesting unit where if they get up close, they deal more damage, up to 100% more. All right. Looks like a large amount of the supply that Theory has is actually in Brutes, and Brutes are like the least scaling unit in the whole game. Little scan goes down there from Parting to check out exactly what he's against. I think he's just waiting for Theory to come out and die. But yeah, Brute's like, and I felt this as well playing quite a bit of Infernals. Like late game, sometimes you get so much Luminite that you just make a bunch of Brutes, and dude, they just don't do much in the late game. Now you can see these coming in right now, the scythes. If he gets the scythes closer, they actually deal a lot more damage, but he's not really doing that right now. Yeah, starts to get up on top, so that's going to do a lot better. And in fact, gets a lot on top of those, a lot of the Kree coming back as well. So he's almost picked off all these Hellborns. And I think Theory is dead. I think this is going to go up to 2-0 for parting. It is a best of 5, so we'll have at least one more game. I don't know what that Shadow Weaver was going to do, but okay. It's kind of like a Scourge. Does some infesting. Yeah. Not going to be able to do too much with the Flayed Dragon, unfortunately. Not going to make enough of a difference. Almost everything for Celestials hits air. So air doesn't seem like a great counter there. Okay, Boneyard. Going to be our third map. And immediately sending out that Morph Core. See what he ends up doing here. Just going to go ahead and land the Arc Ship. The Hexen, you can see him dancing there on the Shroud. He's just trying to get his white health up all the way. That's why he's just clicking, because there's nothing else to do. But yeah, you want to keep it on the Shroud to just bring up its white health so that you can go out and creep more effectively. Okay, so one imp going out right now. Looks like he wants to just fast expand over here. And yeah. So very, very fast expansion here for Theory. It's like Bastion going down. Already a couple bases up for parting. And he's just creeping. We already saw Theory do this really, really expertly. He's extremely good at creeping. Which, of course, all pros will be eventually. But really precise play from Theory on that. For sure. He's scouting with the skull. I like it. That's the Infest skull. A little bit of scouting with the Fiends here as well. And look at that. Just immediately uses Sovereign's Watch. Dude, he's got to pull that Hexen back. What's going on here? Pull it back, dude. What are we doing? Is he AFK? No, I guess not. Anyways, gonna go ahead and make those imps, get that economy really rolling. Okay, he pulls it back. Still, it felt like he took more damage. Oh, maybe he was tanking that purposefully so that he couldn't clear these creeps like that. That could be. His Fiend goes up and gets eaten alive by those deer with hats on. So we have a Bastion here as well as mainframes. So a couple mainframes for those Kree. I don't think we'll see the scythes. I don't know exactly what the scythes are going to be utilized for. I feel like they're going to be an anti-air more than anything against ground. The Kree out here, of course. Got to get out of here. Ah, goes down before he can get it out, unfortunately. It can do a little teleport home, but it takes time. And with the 2 Kree, if it was only 1, I think he might have just barely made it, but maybe he was slightly too low. I don't have my timing down on that at all. So a bit more defense going on. You know, just putting this out there, both of them only have 2 bases, right? So this game definitely not super heavy parting favored at the moment. Not really sure exactly where that's going to end up going. He's going to want to get that roll out ability for these Kree. The Kree are cool. I like the 4 Talon things. There's something good looking about them. First off, I don't like it when they run without rollout on, because they look like anime characters, like with their arms behind them. Have you guys ever seen someone run like that in real life? I have. There was someone at my high school that would run like that with their arms out the back. Big anime fan. That's not a good way to run. Okay? Now, watching them run like that is kind of funny. But when they stop and they just kind of like have 4 claws on the front, that looks really good. When they just kind of hold their claws there like, I'm super strong. I like it. See that? Yeah, that's scary. That's good. Dude, what are brutes for? What are brutes for? They're so bad now. On the very first, when Infernals first came out, you would literally just rally brutes at your opponent and kill them. So they've been nerfed a couple times. But like at this point, they just seem so bad. They just don't beat anything. They beat nothing at all. So Twilight Spires. Oh, okay. I like it. Gonna go for some flying units here. Sprigand. Sorry. Spearinged. What? Spriggans are like kind of like Mutalisks a little bit. They're pretty cool. I've definitely tried quite a few Sprigand strats. I'm actually trying to think here because the counter to Spriggan is splash damage, really. If you can really mass up Spriggans, like, they're pretty crazy because when they attack stuff, they, like, slow it down. So, like, a big mass them is really good, but for instance, you can't use them in the mirror matchup because the Shadow Flyers just fly in and deal AoE, massive AoE splash damage, and they just all blow up, right? So, but the fact that he's made 3 of these, like, he's going to go heavy, heavy Spriggan here. Dude, look at that, man. Yeah, he can absolutely go for it. They are extremely Therium heavy. So with that much Therium, definitely can get that really production going. And we'll see now how heavy air units can maybe do against parting and what he's been up to. We do see him go ahead and throw out a scanner here. And there's the first few Spriggans coming over and just harassing a little bit on the Kree. You know, a lot of this has been mass Kree, and Kree are one of the few units that actually don't shoot up. So, yeah, it feels like these Spriggans are actually doing a fantastic job. This actually reminds me a lot of Brood War right now, right? When you're running around with your super strong, beefy zealots, and then the mutas come out and clear them. And you're just trying to get some value, but really don't get too much. It's like, yeah, you kill an imp there, but this was obviously really good for him. All right. Parting clears it. I love it. I love it. Just utilizes that ability. It's an evolution catalyst. That's yeah, it's going to take a minute. All right, we actually have fair amount of vectors coming out now. Okay, well, those wrecked the Spriggan pretty quickly, but that was 1 Spriggan against 3, so who knows how that actually is going to end up going. Just in general, air units in most RTS games get wrecked by anything that shoots up, so, you know, you have to utilize their mobility more heavily. It's not like Brood War where the air units are actually just the strongest. Actually, StarCraft 2 is kind of like that as well, isn't it? The StarCraft games in general function really different for flying units. It's like, yeah, flying is just kind of higher tech and just better in a lot of ways. Like all the highest tier stuff when you think about it. Nothing stands up to carriers and battle cruisers and the Mutalisks. Interesting. All right, well, actually, you know, some of these were actually on their jump, so they take double damage. You got to be careful about that. The Spriggan's coming up and trying to fight here. The Brute kind of mixed in there as well. Yeah, the little jump forward to try to punish and kill some Spriggans. Is he still just going to be producing heavy Spriggan? There's so many workers on Therium right now. He can definitely make a lot. But I feel like if you're going to go Spriggan, you might need to go and counterattack. Like, if you're just trying to clean up armies, that's not going to be the best way to do it. Like, if you're playing very defensively and just cleaning armies... Well, I mean, maybe if you went, like, Mass Fiend with Spriggan, like, do it like Mutiling or something, but... I feel like Spriggans, you want to go across the map and attack something your opponent has. And in other matchups, like, you'll see the Spriggans go over and kill workers, but there's not really that many workers to kill. Like, you go after some prisons or something. Maybe go after buildings. All right, the Spriggans coming up and trying to fight here. I like that he has some brutes underneath to maybe suck up some shots, but it doesn't seem like that's occurring. I don't know if that's just the... Like, the priority, the attack priority might just be on Spriggans higher, or maybe it's micro from parting. It's hard to say. There you go. There you go. Theory's starting to have a pretty good engagement there, starting to clean them out a bit, but more come up. Spriggans are doing, like, mesh, I feel. Because, really, Spriggans are, like, I'm trying to remember. I want to say 150, 150. Something like that. Like, they're pretty high Therium. But if you look at the vector, it's only 100 Luminite, 50 Therium. So it's like, it's super cheap, right? That is not an expensive unit. It like barely costs more than an Exo, right? Yeah, the Spriggan flock here just sitting kind of defensively. Theory right now trying to get some static D up. Spriggans look like Contra 3 flying enemy. Oh my god. Okay. Pops that Spriggan. Really, really heavy micro here. Parting's showing off how strong he can be in that regard. Looks like Theory getting ready to take some more bases. Oh, dude! Look at how much Therium is over here. He should just max on Spriggan. He should just max on it, because I don't think there's any splash AoE for anti-air, right? If there's no splash AoE for anti-air, and you can get your Spriggans... like, really together very well, I could see that being absolutely nutso. Because they can stack a bit to attack, right? All right, coming up now. Has a lot of Kree here. And coming up as well, yeah, he's killing off a lot of workers very quickly with those vectors. Now, the Kree all died super fast. There's like a few left over here. And he's trying to kill off the Spriggans with these. Okay, brings on some Flame on Imps, but they actually don't hit. And the Kree trying to kill off, yeah, they don't quite get the Shrine. Gonna back up the Spriggans now. Yeah, parting taking a lot of the map. The Morph Core is just kind of sent out everywhere. You might just have to multitask against Celestials, right? Like, you might just have to have something flying around looking for bases. Because Theory has mostly sat back really defensively, which is understandable in a way. Dude, Animancer. Psystorm, eat your heart out, man. Damn. But yeah, it seems like the way that Parting is keeping pressure on while continually expanding is just theoretically so strong. It's like you just have to be, you have to have something out there. You have to try to tax him some, which is hard because he's so fast and so talented at it. Dude, the Spriggans are being eaten alive here. Holy God. Absolute insanity. Well, the Spriggans chasing these Animancers. Okay, well, never mind. It was silly for me to think there was no AoE against air. Because this Animancer spell Dark Prophecy does everything, man. Holy crap. Absolutely insane. Okay, a couple Weavers coming out. Dude, Weaver's attack's so slow. Look at how quickly he powered down that Weaver. Oh my God. He actually, I love lashing his own Weaver back. That's awesome. But loses another Weaver here. Look at that. Just, dude, on the imps. Absolutely insane. Like, you have to interrupt that Animancer. That is craziness. Oh, I love the move. Just blinking those vectors up there to try to take out as many of these as possible. Oh, that was kind of smart to flame on. Maybe a little bit too much flame on there, but still, that did a good job. Oh, my God. That is just not right. Now, Theory, if you look at the supply down the bottom, 67 supply to 215. Rough. Rough. He's got 1,500 Therium as well. So, like, he's got money to work with. So what is he supposed to go for? It's hard. It's tough. Yeah, it looks like Parting is going to win this show match 3-0 as well. Just, I mean, unbelievably, well, not unbelievably, but it feels like Parting is by far the best player of new RTS games. There's some other great ones out there as well. But, like, Parting is just so dominant. My God. Yeah, Parting has so much. Prisms all over the place as well, helping out. He's got towers built everywhere. It's kind of a funny thing, right? You don't need workers, so as long as you have the power field, you can just build turrets, for instance, around your stuff, right? You can just build static D all over the place. Just slow down your opponent quite a bit. It's crazy not having real workers. Just so powerful. The fact that you can expand everywhere around the map and not worry about those extra clicks of getting workers to go places and survive and actually build structures. You just tell it to build and it builds. It's amazing. Dude. Unbelievable. Look at the damage dealt. Yeah, just killing off everything now. Theory's just about dead. He's down 200 supply at this point. Well, that's going to be it. GG. Parting takes down Theory 3-0.